Hello, I'm Chylli from Channel Chylli, also known as Chai, and we are back with more depersonalization. Last time we left off, we got most of the way through Module 2. This time, I believe we'll be finishing off and getting one of the endings. After we load in here, of course. Alright, and then let's just get right back into where we left off. Looks like they messed up the spacing there on targets. That's it. This is the thing I'm looking for. It's not right to inquire about other people's privacy. But I'm really curious, what is painted on this? This is my old friend. But now he's not him anymore. That is all I can say. This is your reward. She whips the portrait in her bag and takes out a strange gun from the bag. She briefly looks it over and hands it to you. While you look over the weapon yourself, you notice that her expression has shifted. Who allowed you to stand beside me? How rude. The elegant and easygoing woman becomes mean and arrogant, and she is completely different from just now. You leave as you realize she's trying to prevent your brief relationship from being revealed to anyone here. This camera-like weapon can create devastating plasma in the blink of an eye. Oh wow, that's actually stronger than my shotgun. Are you an architect, sir? Oh, how could you tell? You seem disinterested by both the food and the collection itself. You've instead been focused on the interior structure of the room and the cases rather than the items within. As you said, I'm a designer at heart. While I was invited to this event by Carter, I primarily came by for inspiration for my craft. What's so special about this manor? Even if we were to ignore the particulars of the specific design method used to create this manor, the materials alone make the structure extremely interesting. While wood is easy to build with, it's easily impacted by fire, corrosion, and humidity alike. This manor utilizes reinforced concrete instead. Though while it's far superior in many ways, it has a lower tensile strength. So, in structures of this nature, the reinforced concrete is usually prone to wearing away due to tension. Now, the construction that was done here It's interesting. It's comparable in design to that of a wooden structure, but fully utilizes the benefits of concrete. So far, I haven't found any subtle damage to the interior structure. This type of design is revolutionary and quite honestly ahead of its time. I'd love to consult with Carter and hear how this manor was built. You pull out the blueprints he found and sense his attention snap to it immediately. He starts to examine it carefully. I actually recall that Carter came to me some 2 years ago. He wanted to hear my thoughts on his renovation plans for the estate. He proceeds to mention terms you don't fully understand, but you nod patiently in response. I ended up turning Carter down, ironically. Some of the designs he was asking for were basically impossible with today's technologies. Consider this, it's impossible to build a room with no sharp corners at all. This is because the structure's tension will slowly but surely crumble over the weight. Imagine my surprise when I found that he pulled it off. He takes a second look at the blueprint as if lost in thought. Suddenly you see his brow tense up. Strange, this seems to be an electrical circuit. The problem is the arrangement. Why would all the electricity be concentrated in one place? For someone so interested in architecture, this would obviously be a drastic fire hazard. Can you tell where the electricity is being concentrated? It seems to be in an underground room on the outer edge of the property. If I were to be more precise, it's near the edge of the parking area. Take that with a grain of sand, though. This is only a blueprint. If you plan on looking for it, get me out of it, please. Unless it results in the manor burning down. This stone comes from the ancient Egyptian city of Bubasti. It's a precious relic that was accidentally unearthed by an investigation team studying there. It took a lot of trouble to get it here. I don't know whether to call it fate or irony. Ace smiled softly as if she was caught in a memory. Before you sits a jewel of gorgeous amber. As you focus on the gem, you feel as though you've entered the desert as a strong earthy scent pushes in. This gem feels unnatural. As you continue to attempt to discern its nature, you feel something deep within begin to stir. Like a fire slowly building, you suddenly see a vision of an endless desert spreading over the horizon. Ahead of you, a group of warriors fight across the sandscape. The vision blurs and you find yourself back in the ballroom. You look down and see a ring sitting on your once empty hand. The gem ahead of you has also gone dim. What the hell just happened? How did the jewel become like this? It's completely fine. I'll keep this a secret. I doubt he'll notice with how affixed he is to his latest acquisition. I'll find something similar to replace it. Thank you. Why would she help me? Let's take a look at the ring we got then. Souls of countless fighters who bathe themselves in blood on the battlefield now rally once again under an unseen banner after centuries of forsaking. Okay, that's interesting and all. An era-defining invention that is capable of creating a strong magnetic field within a limited range. There's a way to come back down here. Okay, that was pretty annoying how I used up multiple of my luck there. You immediately notice something unusual. The grass is yellow as if it has been intended by a maiden years. You recall that Mr. Carter was a perfectionist, even if the place was off a beaten track. His compulsive and noble code of conduct wouldn't allow him to ignore such places. You remember it wasn't like this before. You're going to jump over the fence. The man died a long time ago, but the body is in a bizarre state. The place where you touch his body instantly turns to dust. His body emits an unhealthy glow. The place is terribly quiet, like an eternal tundra favored by a long cold wind. You feel a chill run down your spine. Humans can't do damage like this. God looks like a barrel of fuel. You feel the cold tip of steel press against the side of your head. Not daring to turn your head at risk that they'll pull the trigger, you shift your eyes over and see Saya. As you turn your attention forward, you see through the darkness of the room and see a horrible scene in front of you. There are corpses all over the floor and Chylli is covered in blood amidst them. It's you. Saya, would you mind putting the gun away? Saya doesn't put down the gun. Well, now that you've seen that, I'll have to kill you. How about we just say that I didn't see anything yet? Alright, no more joke. Do remember to keep it a secret, though. Don't tell anyone about Sherry's secret. Did Sherry do all this? Let's go back to the guest room first. This is not the right place to talk. I take Sherry and leaves the room through the window. You push the door and find no matter how hard you try, the door is still closed. Alright, you got some soft drinks there. You see some experimental data on drugs on the table in front of you. Alright, well that's kind of interesting. I think we might have gotten everything here. Within the passage lays a winding tunnel. You follow it deeper and deeper until at last you find yourself in a small room. You find the room is smaller than you thought, and under the shining glass jar in the middle you see a table. On the side and on the table are piles of documents that have not been carefully sorted out. They're messy, just like Carter's room. The strange container sits on the center of the table. It seems to be emitting some kind of unstable energy. Next to the container sit several small jars that feel chilly to the touch. They look like small canisters but contain a substance you've never seen before. Restore all of your MP every turn. God damn it, let me find out where all my stuff is again. There we go, that's better. I guess I'll just take off the perfume bind for now. Document 2. My first plan has failed horribly and time is running out to even attempt my second option. At least I do have a hypothesis. I can use the power of those things to protect my body with mercury. Then mark the beacon with pillars and step into the crack of time. No, this is not just a hypothesis. I must succeed. Otherwise, I will be caught up by that thing. With the exception of the first few sentences and a few words throughout, the text is difficult to understand. It seems clear that this is written solely as something for the writer's eyes alone. You can see that the spirit of the writer is extremely unstable. Possibility of time travel. Although the desk is messy, you quickly find something useful. Document 1. The modified car now possesses the ability to create a portal, so by generating large enough force between it and the target, the plan may be realized. Chosen subject, Rosa Liu, age 17. Female. To maximize the success rate, the sacrifice of all you is necessary. Result failed. There are a few typos at the end of the article which ends abruptly. You can see that the person who wrote this document was very upset. These are all outdated books. You take down some books and look at them. Some are all numerical records, some were in a language you've never seen before. And some of them are just full of bizarre and strange illustrations. After you search for a while, you finally find an ancient book written in German. This is a German transcribed book. The title is The Book of the Unknown Sacrifice. When you dig into it, you find there are many horror records in it. The prologue of the book reads, I've traveled the world in search of the darkness, a journey that has ended within myself. You found an ancient and mysterious book, and you choose... When you take the book away, a black breath of ancient evil flows into your body from your ears. You hear crazy whispers in your ears. Well, let's check out this book then. Oh, it consumes a lot when you use magic if you have that equipped. A book of disturbing notes and essays. The preface reads, I walk the land to find true darkness, only to discover it within myself at the end of the journey. Alright, I think that was everything down there. And I believe that's everything here for now. It doesn't take you long to wait before Saya opens the door, who is followed by Sherry. You see Sherry's unusual appearance. She looks at you like a scared kitten hiding behind Saya obediently. Well, why don't you go first, Saya? Well, here's the thing. You listen as Saya tells you about her investigation. A creepy sound surrounds you, like someone squeezing the liquid from a leather water bag. And a chilly, uneasy sensation wraps around your heels and stretches out inch by inch, covering your back. What the hell is that noise? You see a humanoid creature burrowing, bowing, and biting in the dark like a beast. A ravenous beast. No, Sister Saya, it isn't what you think. Sherry placed the bloodied corpse on the ground, ignoring the blood on the corners of her mouth and hands. No, I didn't want to either, but I can't hold it. It's just Sister Saya. You need to explain. Sherry was obviously taken aback when she heard your voice. She's pale and inarticulate, repeating those words over and over again. You can feel that she's very confused. I just had this crazy urge, and when I regained control, I swear I didn't deceive you. But I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry, Sister Saya. She remained silent, seemingly lost in her mind. Troublesome. Let's go. Wasting time in a potentially dangerous location is not a good habit. On the other hand, Sherry declines your offer. She curls up and tightly covers her face. No, no. I'm really dangerous. Please, leave me alone. You stretch out to Sherry and pet her head softly. Sherry trembles from head to toe when you touch her on the forehead. You notice her trembling, looking up, peeping at you between fingers. Sister Saya, don't you despise me? I've murdered so many people. I've also made them. People are the same. In order to survive, we have to do something. Many years ago, I failed to save someone. You're like her. I just can't stay away. I'm a monster. What's the big deal? Whether you're a human or a monster, all I care about is whether you're worth it, not who you are. Sherry is clearly surprised. She blinks and puts down her hands, covering her face. So, do you think I'm valuable to you? Saya pulls her up and then uses her free hand to draw the shape of a gun and points to her forehead. You know what you're asking. Can you still stand here unharmed if I don't think so? I'm sorry. Sherry replies in a low voice. She's timid and completely different from the lively girl you just met. Follow me, we should go now. You broke into the room at this point just as they were about to leave. Well, that's probably what happened. Okay, now you can explain it to me clearly. Hearing Saya's words, Sherry hesitates for a moment. She covers her chest with her hand and takes a deep breath. Actually, my body hasn't been in great shape for a long time. Feeling dizzy for no apparent reason and falling into a coma on a regular basis. When I awake, my hands were always covered in blood and I was lying in strange places. If you find out about it, I'm afraid you'll think of me as a monster. I can't imagine what I've done in the past, so As she says this, she raises her hands to cover her cheek, and the pupils visible between her fingers tremble frantically in fear. As a result, I fled. At first, I assumed that the symptoms would improve in more crowded areas. But it wasn't what I expected. Her voice drops gradually. You know what she wants to say. The hell on earth and the cruel truth you've all seen with your own eyes. Sherry's hands are bloodless, her joints are white, she's shaking slightly. You know that this is a normal thing that happens when you're overexerted. Did you kill those people? It should all be done by me, absolutely. How did you kill them? Hey, actually, I can't think of anything. My mind was always foggy before I was seen by Sister Saya. She looked at you nervously and spoke hesitantly and fearfully, leading you to believe she was not lying. That body, however, does not appear to be traumatized. Really? Yes, Sherry, it's possible that something happened here. Apologies, I needed to get a drink of water really quickly. By the time you came, those folk were already dead. But maybe it's all my fault. Jerry appeared calmer after a brief pause. The timidity on her cheeks had vanished, replaced by a kind of relief after the disaster. And you had the vague impression that the lively, joking girl had returned. The scorching, blood-soaked sun was transformed into a brilliant sun churning with zeal. Since you all believe me, I must find out why. Chylli, I want to ask you, how do you know about the butler? More than 10 years ago, Ace and I followed a scientific research team into an ancient ruin. There we met an accident. I don't exactly remember what happened. But the result is that only me and Ace came out alive. After that, I became like this and my memory blurred. My body has remained the same as it was since then. This time, Ace also asked me here to help me. His smile fades gradually as a soft breath becomes a helpless sigh. Chylli was the one who helped us out last night. I also gathered some information here. First and foremost, I believe Carter's commission of us is a ruse. I feel something is not right too. He didn't want to cause more trouble, but he had to give an explanation to the servants of the mansion. Especially not during his busiest time of the day. The police will get in his way, so he asked us to come and go through the motions. But we do not know what he's up to yet. But at least we know Ace and Sherry are on our side. All that's left to do is see whether Carter's been telling us the truth. Wait, someone's here. At that moment, someone knocks on the door. Your guest, Ace has asked me to tell you. His lordship is back and is currently at the banquet hall waiting for you. Without waiting for a response, there's the sound of the maid's footsteps leaving. Let's go, time for the final show. As you enter into the room, you see the butler. The butler seems to be setting something up, but you can't exactly make out what. What can I help you with? You didn't expect her to be in this room. You scrambled to make an excuse for your entry. I'd like to know when Carter might be available for a conversation. While we've made some progress in our investigation, we'd like to hear his perspective. My lord hasn't been in touch with me since this morning. He has an exhibition scheduled for later this evening and should be back around then. My best suggestion would be that you return to your room and rest for a while, unless you have anywhere else you'd like to investigate. As soon as he gets in touch with me, I'll let you know. Well then, I'll take my leave now. I feel like missing that observation check messed something up. Good evening, my dear attendees. My apologies that I've kept you all waiting. And thank you for attending tonight's exhibition. Carter begins to introduce each exhibit to the guests, giving each a brief overview on how he acquired them, their history, and his personal thoughts on them. The guests seem awestruck by his collection, enthralled by the grandeur of not only being knowledgeable about his collection, but also having the funds to create such a group of items. As he concludes introducing the various exhibits across the hall, he takes a moment to take a deep breath. His hands supporting his forehead, the audience goes quiet with anticipation. However, my dear friends, these artifacts are worth less than every 1/10,000th the value of the next item I will show you next. Allow me to introduce the most valuable piece of my collection, the Soladnit. The current behind Carter rises and the suspense drew the crowd's focus ever more. The Soladnit sits there in the case, its eternal majesty proclaiming throughout the room. You can't take your eyes off the gem as it holds all of your desires. Those around you seem to be even more drawn in than you are as you lose track of time and feel yourself almost transversing to another world. Again, everyone, I'd like to express my gratitude to you all for your attendance tonight. These relationships I hold with each one of you are ones that I hope you can achieve someday with each other. Wow, you read that really poorly, but whatever. Please, enjoy yourselves and make this an evening to remember. Carter raises the glass in his hand and the servants around bring the glass to you. Your mind snaps back to reality as you shake off the strange haze clouding your mind. You notice that the servant in front of you has tensed up, even beyond what you'd consider extreme. As you take a closer look, you notice purple liquid beginning to pool and leak from his ears as if his brain has rotted away. Oh no. Thank you for your patience, my dear attendees. This is my last gift to you all, for tonight will be one to remember. It's an unusually unrecognizable color began to apparate. An almost like life phosphorescence emerges into the space. As you feel it emit a sense of dread simply by existing. You notice Ace looking in your direction from the other side of the room. As you lock eyes with her, she nods toward the doorway and swiftly leaves. We should get going. It seems Carter is beginning to act. Wait, we should follow Ace. She knows what to do. It would be unwise to challenge this monster now. Find the exit first. Okay, so this gun uses erudition, it looks like, to do its attacks. And we don't really want to rely on erudition here. We want to rely on shooting, since that's his primary stat. And there we go, we killed a bunch of maids. You run all the way to the parking lot, however the sight before your eyes shocked you. The cars parked in the parking lot are rusted and useless. They seem to have been idle here for many years and haven't been maintained at all. Ace, where are you? Ace? I can't handle that much anymore. We have to leave right here, right now. This is the map in which Carter detailed an alternative form of leaving the premises of the manor. Watch Ace hand the map to Sherry. This whole area is currently in an isolated space. You'll need to follow the path on the map if you wish to leave. Ace, what about you? Ace merely shakes her head in response to Sherry's question. I prefer to not see you meet your end here. I have things to do. I don't want the capacity to take care of you currently. Sherry takes a look at the map, then another look at Ace as she walks away. You feel her anxiety well up. She hesitates for a brief moment, then thrusts the map against Saya's waist. Hurry up and get out of here. I need to take care of something. Though I have to do it on my own. Are you planning on helping Ace? Do you have any idea what's at stake? I know it's dangerous, but I need to see this through. I've already ran away once when everyone on the scientific exhibition team sacrificed themselves so I could live. This time, I can't just leave. Ace is planning to stop Carter and I want to help her. This is something I must do, but you don't need to get involved. Cherry takes a deep breath and looks at you, waiting for your next words. Cherry, I understand how you feel. If I'm being honest, I want to help you. This is likely our best option anyway. Carter's games end here. It's time to collect this debt. Thank you, guys. Quickly, we have to follow Ace. An abnormal purple light cluster blocks the way. This is by no means a simple opponent. You're ready to confront the creature. Well, that was anticlimactic. I know you guys want to chase Carter, right? Don't worry, I don't intend to stop you. I've just been waiting here to talk to you briefly. Have you seen Carter's research notes? The ones left on the desk in the safe room. If you did, you must know that he is chased by something. Whatever that thing is, it has its eyes on Carter. But even if he dies, it likely won't leave. It would linger on our planet until it loses interest. Which, as you can imagine, would be a disaster. Since I can't just let this happen, I can't just go and save Sherry. Our only real option is to use Carter to lure it away. If Carter were to die in another space or realm than this, it might draw the creature away. That's really all I wanted to say. While it might be tough to accept, I believe you understand the situation. I doubt you intend to just let Sherry die, though, and you likely don't plan on letting Carter escape. So leave now or kill Carter. What are you going to do? Ace, I can understand your concerns, but... I understand the situation. Let's go. Saya reacts instantly by popping the back of her gun up to check her bullets briefly. Ace seems to understand her intention, but appears almost indifferent to the impending disaster. She doesn't stop you, and instead she shakes her head and walks away. Yo, look who's here. I didn't expect you to come here alive. And what? It's all over? Do you still want to stop me? Saya glances your way and understands your intentions. You watch as the bullet is absorbed by the silver liquid material on Carter's body. That must be the mercury I was talking about. It is useless. I have mercury to cover me. You cannot even hit me. How do you know if you don't try? Okay, I can most certainly hit him here. And there we go, we killed him, got 10,000 gold. Carter's face begins to distort as he stares fiercely at Saya. All at once, any grace yet collapses. In Carter's shout, the deep well in the middle of the garden suddenly trembled, emitting a frighteningly bright light. Countless streamers rushed to the sky, and at this moment, Carter waved his big hand and lifted the Soladnit flat in front of him. Farewell. who are you? That thing cannot kill me. Impossible. Unless... $10. You are $10. Cutter is laughing wildly at you. You will die, all of you. Carter's laughed her fate from your ears. He is dead. Jerry seemed to think of something when she heard what Carter said. She was shaking when she was standing between you and the being. You hear Sherry's trembling voice shouting at you anxiously. You guys run now! There are the $10. The thing that you made before, it's powerless. Then a 10 millionth of their power. Worms have no right to escape. I shall bestow upon you a preordained death. Alright, $10 time. So it seems like I need to rely on spell damage right now. So I have 10 shots with my weapon here. Wow, we are doing a lot of damage here. Alright, let's retry that really quickly here. You know what? Yeah, that's like the perfect bus here. Because yeah, we are doing a huge amount of damage now. And there we go, easy peasy. The space around here has been fixed completely, and $10 is blocked by the barrier called the reality. Saya, we defeated $10. We made it. Saya? Saya is dying because of borrowing the power of the Soladnit. It just feels like my guts are going to shatter. It's okay, I'm not dead yet. Her voice fades in volume with each word. Saya closes her eyes and you hurriedly squeeze her arm to take her pulse. Thank goodness, fortunately she's just too tired and fell asleep. Well, let's get out of here first. The problem is, can you drive Saya's car? Why can you ask so much from a cat? On a country road in the early morning, a yellow car is slowly driving forward. Fortunately, it was early in the morning, and it was also a suburb and there were no vehicles coming and going at this time. Can you drive carefully? If it was Saya driving, we would have already enjoyed smoked fish and egg cream rice by now. Jerry grumbles disgruntled at you and Saya rests on her lap. I thought it would be easy when I watched Saya driving a car. I didn't expect it to be difficult to drive it. As you argue back and forth, Saya wakes up dazed. Hey, just pull that control stick to the end, yes, and step on the pedal to the end. Right, and then hold the steering wheel. After that, she lays on Sherry's lap and falls asleep once again. The little car that swayed left and right instantly raced like a steel beast on the stray road. That's more like it. Saya is awesome. You quickly realize an issue, though, as you found a greater opponent than even $10. Quick, Saya, wake up! I don't know how to brake the car! Saya and Sherry are now available as partners. Because you passed the previously robbed gas station, the car without a gas supply stops slowly on the highway. Though it's difficult, you return to the town safe and sound. After waiting in the hospital for a day and night, Saya woke up again. You're now out of danger, but the tremors that remain in your body still make you uneasy. You know that the fragile membrane that repairs reality cannot always resist $10. In the future, even in the next moment, they could possibly reappear in reality. And at this moment, you actually begin to understand Carter. He gradually became crazy under this long-term pressure and finally took extreme evasive behavior. Saya sees through your thought, pets your face, and points to the noon sky. You understand Saya wants to tell you that even if the night comes, the sun will always rise. When you were just about to thank Saya, Sherry gave you a blank look and told you that Saya meant it was noon, so let's go look for something to eat together. Looking at the optimistic two people, the haze in your heart is completely dissipated. Wow, I think we got all 4 mythical items there. Your position has been locked by $10. It should be caused by your initial observation of this gem. This gem contains the power of time. Even if you don't exist there, $10 will hunt for it. Cutter always believed that he could escape with the help of the gem. And the end was doomed from the beginning. This gem can help me recover some of my power. I will absorb it and make a projection for you to weaken its effects. In this way, you should take it with you. You won't be found by $10. At the same time, it will also be helpful for your space travel. Furthermore, Sothos, after I rewrote history, I found some special individuals. Their actions began to closely tie with the future of this era. They are actively engaged in the efforts to avert disaster. I hope to minimize the negative impact of the past on them as much as possible. I understand your wish, Key of the Stars. However, I cannot directly protect them without a clear connection. But if there exists such a possibility or opportunity in space and time, then you'll be able to harness my power to create that possibility. Thank you, Sothos. Alright, 1 second before we end here, we got some things we gotta do. First things first here, I think I'll want to... restore some SP to myself and then some luck. Oh, okay, so that's interesting. That will allow me to trigger my face effect fairly quickly. But I also feel like having the switchblade is currently the best thing we can have. I feel like that's a good thing to have for me there. Okay, yeah, handcuffs are just really good for me. I'd also like to write this Soladnit experience into him here. That will unlock Slain Worshipper for him, I believe. And it will also unlock here for us. He doesn't really have any decent ones for it, but I think that will have to do for now. Alright, so we can bring the plasma gun. So it changes bonus dice into penalty dice and penalty dice into bonus dice. That doesn't seem too good for me right now. Make spells use luck instead of sanity, which is fairly decent. I feel like the plasma gun is the best thing to bring for now. And then give me a moment here, we can come down here. Let's try to increase our erudition here. I believe it scales with erudition and fire. One second, I'm just checking something really quickly here. I can't remember what it was exactly that makes my attack cause an enemy attack to cancel here. Wait a second, it says dexterity weapons will apply burning. The switchblade is a dexterity weapon, isn't it? No, it's a strength type and agility type. Okay, well, either way, that is one ending down for Module 2. Next time, we'll get back into it and get some more endings there. I don't think it should take too long because there's not too many branching paths, I don't think. Most of the variance on the ending is in, well, the ending. So yeah, that's where we're gonna end it for today's video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and we'll be back next time with more depersonalization. Until then, bye!